Hey campers, Georgia, back in the man cave. This time we're checking out another Rough Rider. And I was doing some research on it and I learned something new. So here it is here, and let's check it out. So what I'm talking about here is this guy here. And this is the Rough Rider Black Cherry Bone canoe. Now it is a lockback, which is something new to me on Ryder. I haven't seen many of them like that. Plus, I found something out about it, about all Rough Riders, that I'd seen before and didn't pay any attention to. And here it is here. It comes in a nice box. You can see it says Black Cherry Bone on it. It's a Rough Rider. They always come with I really like their boxes. And here it is here. And it's a teeny weeny. You can see it there. Do like this color. This black cherry bone, very nice. They don't say anything as to what it is, but you can see from the bolsters and everything on it here that it is a canoe, and it's a small one with 2 blades on it, and we're going to have a look at them right now. So here you can see the first blade, and you can see the blade there, and the little guy and the big guy. Interestingly enough, on the description, it says they both spear points. I beg to differ. If you look at this guy here, that is not a spear point. This guy, yeah, spear point. Typical Rough Rider, it has very nice blades. It's a pretty knife, nice smooth, can't feel anything sticking out or anything unusual like that. The blades, they come sharp. I'm going to close it off here, and you can see I can't just clip this one back. It is a lockback, so you got to push the lockback in like that to release it, close it. So your typical lockback, little unusual on Rough Rider. They don't do that a lot. Normally it's just a slip lock, nothing fancy about it, just holds itself in with a spring. So this one a little bit different. And like I said, not very big, you can see there, but it is pretty. This is a nice looking knife. I'm now that I have it and I've had a closer look at it, you can see that bone. I really like that color. And then of course you have your lockback on it. Looking at the liners, it does have brass liners on it, and I'm not seeing any gaps, and that doesn't surprise me. The blades, nice and centered, no problem there. You can see that, and you can see the liners and the brass liners in there. Very nice. So looking at the first blade here, the one that actually locks in, you can see it there, and it is a spear point, and it does have etching on the blade, and you can see it there, and it says Black Cherry Bone. Very nice. First thing I did notice on the handle, if you're used to Rough Rider, there's none of the little badges on the handle. They chose not to do that on this particular knife. I'm sure the Cherry Bone series don't have it, and they've done the etching on the blade. And on the other side, yeah, I can see, and you can see on the blade there it says Rough Rider right underneath there, which is typical. And then your bolsters, same thing again. It does have the single R on it. You can see it there just on the one side. It has the double bolsters, nice and smooth, the typical Rough Rider bolster. And you can see the pins. And of course they're nickel silver, the bolsters. And nice and clean. The other blade, let me release this, lockback, the other blade. You can see it there. And this is obviously not a spear point. Anybody out there can tell me what that is? If you've been watching before, you've probably seen this blade on some of the folders I've showed you. So if you know what it is, comments below. Tell me what it is. I'm not going to tell you. It's time for you to do some work. A quick look at the specifications on this. Closed, it is 3 5/8 inches. So bolster to bolster, 3 5/8. The spear point blade here the lock with the lockback on it is 2.5 inches. This, oh, I was going to tell you what it is. I'll just say the smaller blade here, you can see is 2 inches. The blade thickness on both is 1/16, and of course it's the regular stainless steel 440. That is pretty typical from Rough Ryder. Nothing unusual there, and it does have the nail notch, and that's what I was going to tell you about. When I was looking up what this was, because in the description they just call it a Rough Ryder Black Cherry Bone. That's it, with a lockback. They don't say what the style is, and as you can see, if you look at the bolsters, you can see here how the bolsters go up to give you that, and the handle to give you the canoe. You see it there? So it's obviously a canoe. I do like this knife. It's very pretty. Small, compact, not too heavy. Anyway, as I was saying, if you look at the Rough Ryder nail notches, what I refer to as a nail notch, you know, where you put your nail in to pull the blade out. If you have a look here right now, we'll get in close. I want you to see what I'm talking about. Can you see how inside the nail notch, and it's a long nail notch, it's kind of, I want to say, serrated. Can you see that? And Rough Ryder refers to that as a match strike. Yeah, if you have a match, you can strike it in that nail notch. I always wondered about it. I always wondered why they had these, you know, see them there? And I always wondered why they were like that. Finally, I went onto their website and did some reading, and that's what it's about. It's a match strike. Thought that was unusual. Anyway, there you have it there. Get it nice and close for you. You can see it. It is a pretty knife. Now, it's kind of small. Personally, I look at the Rough Ryders and I love their knives. Somebody says to me, what do you consider sharp and shiny? This is sharp and shiny. All their knives are. Their handles are great. They have wonderful handles. They have all these different kinds, and they have all the different models. You know, the Canoe, the Stockman, the Congress, you name it, they got it. They're all great knives, and of priced right. You can't beat the price of these things. The quality for the price, it's unmatched. You know, people say case knives is the way to go. Personally, I can't afford a case knife. Similar one to this is 3 times the cost, and I'm sure that the quality of the case is far better. This works for me. I don't have a problem with the quality on this, so I can't really complain. I like this knife. It's very small, and I think if I was to say what would I do with it, I'd love to keep this. It's a beautiful knife, but I think I'm going to give it to a friend. It's a lady friend, somebody I know, who I know will appreciate a nice knife. And I think this would make a wonderful woman's knife to have in her handbag. Carry it with her as an EDC. Beautiful. Pretty, small, compact, and it has a lockback, which is a good thing. They never disappoint. What can I say? How much did I pay for it? Well, that much. And I got to tell you, that's not bad. Like I said, all Rough Ryders get me with their price, and the quality you get for that price. Can't beat it. Don't forget, what's the name of that blade? I'll show it to you again. It's that one there. Don't forget to put in the comments below what you think it is. Fairly common blade. Sure you'll figure it out. Now don't forget, like, share, subscribe. You know the story. Pretty sure I'll be back again with something else that I'm sure Mary will approve. She likes sharp and shiny stuff as well. Just saying. You all take care out there, and you be careful with them sharp and shinies. They cut. Thanks for watching. You all be safe out there. Bye.